Final slot in the semifinals up for grabs dito sa Milku Sports Got Skills 2026 Under 16 Division. Live tayo dito sa Green Hills West Clubhouse in San Juan City. Final game of 8-4 today. It is JBA Elite taking on Team WANBOL GUIMBA. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista, at mamaya maririnig natin reports ni Rain Martinez. Kaya wag na natin patagalin pa. Let's turn it over to our venue announcer and let's introduce our starting five.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Green Hills West Clubhouse here in San Juan for the continuation of your Milku Sports Gospels Basketball 2026 Talent ID. It's the last game of today's basketball action featuring the 16 under of Team WANBOL GUIMBA versus the JBA Elite. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of your Milku Sports Gospels Basketball at my live streaming pa via Filipinas Live app. Now let us meet the starting lineups for both teams. First from Team WANBOL GUIMBA. On board number 8, Agustino Garcia. On board number 13, Prince Alastas. At board number 14, J.K. Bernabe. On board number 1, Javier Gomez. Playing center number 8, Agustino Garcia. Now let us meet the starting lineups of your JBA Elite. On board number 3, Gabriel Salem. On board number 5, Sean Baquisto. At board number 15, Nathan Bacanod. On board number 24, Robert Ramirez. Playing center number 25, James Powell.
Here's your starting five for JBA Elite. It's a Malquisto, Salen, Bakiran, Ramirez, and Baon. Para dito sa WANBOL GUIMBA, it's Garcia, Talastas, Bernabe, Gamis, and Mark Miklat. The five for this team from Nueva Ecija. Isa na lamang ang ating semi-final seat available. Sino ang makakakuha? Will it be WANBOL GUIMBA or FBA Elite? Our first quarter action live tayo dito sa Green Hills West Clubhouse Basketball Court. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista. Mamaya si Rain Martinez magbibigay ng report. MJ, last game of today. Last game mo out of 8. Ako last game out of 4. Marami kang na-cover na laro for today. Tignan natin sino magka-qualify sa semifinals.
I was just very fortunate to be here covering the full 8 games today. Kaya naman, bumabati po muli ng isang magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. And just, let's talk about JBA Elite. They ended the elimination 1 and 2. And then they defeated the Boss League, which had 2-1 on their win-loss record, meaning they've made an upset against this Boss League Bataan. No? But the thing is, commonalities of these two teams, they are coming off a win, yes, but those are just slight advantage. 3 points for JBA Elite and 5-point win naman for Team WANBOL GUIMBA against Santa Clara Sunrocks Construction.
And again, WANBOL GUIMBA wearing their white jerseys, JBA Elite wearing their red jerseys. One of the players to keep an eye out na itong si Malquisto and Ramos, combining 38 of their 62. Pero itong si Ino Garcia, nakaka 6 points ata or 4 points. Itong si Ino Garcia is 6-0 run para dito sa WANBOL, looking to prevent another upset dahil we already had one, no, the Giant Slayers, yung Sprint Impact Ballers. Itong JBA looking to join itong Sprint for another team in the bottom standings, qualifying in the semi-final round. Still looking for their first basket. Nice pass by Malquisto. That is a missed shot. So relax muna ang WANBOL GUIMBA.
Yes, you mentioned Sean Malquisto, which is the captain of JBA Elite. He contributed 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, but with 7 turnovers on the previous outing as we check on that replay, Baron.
Ino Garcia just laying in the ball in. One of the more faster players dito sa ating tournament and maybe no sa under 16 division. And I believe this team ng WANBOL GUIMBA is a lot younger because this is the same core dun sa kanilang isang league na kinover ko. As look at that move. Sayang yun para kay Gamis and one opportunity mag-aantay pa. And yun nga, tulad ng sabi ko, I believe this team is only at least 15 years old below. Dahil itong core na to, it is the same team. Wala lang itong si Acer Metorada. But JK Bernabe will be at the line. Looking to contribute one of the stretch bigs for WANBOL.
Off to a great start itong WANBOL GUIMBA, and also wanted to mention itong si Charles Estabillo. I'm not sure if he will come off the bench. He was not part of the starting five, but he got the major minutes last time with 27 minutes. And the damage was 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists with only 1 turnover.
Speaking of turnovers, Ino Garcia will commit one. Kala ko makaka-take advantage sila dito to make it at least a 9-0 run for Estabillo. MJ, isa siya sa mga players na yung 20 points na yan, walang play na itinawag sa kanya, and that is hard to do. Yung number mo hindi tinatawag for a play, then yet you score 20. It just shows how hard-working itong si Charles Estabillo is.
Definitely, twice the number yan in terms of energy, no? And kumbaga, helping yourself, just trying to contribute. So, important that you mentioned that out because I wasn't aware that, you know, talagang tinulungan niya yung sarili niya to get and collect those points.
Para siyang si sila Macryan Makasarte na hindi nabibigyan sila Arellano,
Si
na
Jess
hindi mo
Arellano.
bibigyan ng play but will contribute, and it goes to show yung kanilang mga positioning in the court. Sabi ko nga kaya Coach Pancho, yung mga pagiging available mo inside the court, picking out your own spots, that is a skill. Not all players are aware where they are or where they should be inside the court.
And that's your key edge, kumbaga. That's the cut above the rest when it comes to that kind of characteristic inside the court. And sometimes most of the players only look at the stat sheets, no? Pero I'm pretty sure for coaches and someone like me who really appreciate the play of basketball, I wanted to look at the intangibles, no? The impact, the energy, the motivation that you can bring to your entire team aside from the given numbers from the stats.
Bakiran puts the first points on the board para dito sa JBA with 5 minutes 30. So medyo matagal yung kanilang cold spell, looking to make it back-to-back hits. Yes, they will. So siya rin ang nakapuntos, itong si Nathan Bakiran.
Great back-to-back baskets coming from JBA Elite. We've seen that on the earlier coverages already, like the Titans Elite Basketball Camp. They started really, really slow on the first half. Pero kita mo naman, kumamada at rumatsada ng fourth quarter. Eventually getting their ticket to the semifinals.
I believe itong JBA only had 8 players available on their previous game. Pero kahit 8 players sila, that goes to show it's the availability or the quality of players available. Yun ang importante dito, and I have covered a lot of games already in my young career as a sportscaster, at nakikita ko dito, MJ, hindi porket undermanned kayo, kayo na agad yung dehado. Most likely kayo pa yung medyo may advantage because you have the quality of players available.
That's right. Looking by the numbers, no, figuratively, yes, being outnumbered, that is already a disadvantage, but the coaches will come into factor into those kinds of setup wherein it's the coach's job to manage the players that he or she have on the floor, no? And it's just a matter of execution pa rin at the end of the day. Because we've seen some teams, we've seen some teams that only fielded 6 or 7 players, but eventually getting into the ring because why? The coaches did a very good job in terms of managing the players on the floor.
One of the players na napanood ko na undermanned and eventually won, Zeron Dizon was part of that team. Kaya alam ko
SGA.
yung gano'n, not FGA but
Okay.
Zeron Dizon, yung kanyang team sa other leagues, they were 6 pero naka-qualify pa sila sa play-in. just because of the heart and the principle of the coaches and the discipline instilled by the coaches to their players. But yun nga lang, for a JBA, hindi pa rin sila makapagsunod-sunod after that Bakiran na basket. Follow-up is in para kay Jamir Gamis. And it's an 11-4 score here. 7-point advantage with 3:40 to go in the opening quarter. Malquisto still looking for his first basket. They will look to rotate the ball here. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Goes for that extra pass. Nahuli sa likod. Nice block by JK. Malquisto lines up for 3. That is no good. Nice fake. Shot is too strong. Bola mapupunta sa one-ball Guimba after that miss by Bakiran. On the other side, masyado nang mataas yun para kay Charles Estabilio. Ito, hinahanap mo na MJ. He was a player off the bench na isa sa mga talagang nag-surprise sa amin ni Coach Pancho, itong si Charles Estabilio. He is a role player for one-ball, pero when given a chance, he can really perform on the highlights. And look at, speaking of highlights, defend or dividing the defense in half right there at nakakuha pa ng puntos.
That's pure patience on the side of Marcos Esguerra. Just taking his time. There are 2 shirts in front of him. But yeah, managed to pull through that basket.
Overcooking that 3. Here's Prince Talastas. Extra pass. Di papasok. Sayang yung attempt na yun. Will get another opportunity. Put back is in by JK Bernabe.
And that is what you can get if you have JK Bernabe on the floor. Rebounds, cleaning up the mess. A block earlier, and that's him doing what he does best.
4 players scored in double digits para dito sa kampo ng one-ball. It's Estabilio with 20. Gamis na nakascore kanina, he had 16 and 9. Bernabe had 15, 6 and 5. Prince Talastas had 10. So that is a very deep team din itong one-ball Guimba. Pero on the other side naman, no, mas malalim din, or I should say mas kailangan magdoble effort nitong JBA dahil no, majority of their points coming in from 2 players lang.
And right now, JBA Elite is firing blanks. That's why they're down by, what, 7 points?
7 points.
Yeah.
Oo, pero speaking of blank, sayang naman yun. Para kay Prince Talastas, he had that space. As you see this tough basket, hindi pinabayaan ni JK Bernabe. Was stopped on the first attempt, was not stopped on the second. 13-6 is the score. 1:35 to go. Sean Malquisto registers his first points dito sa ating laro.
You've seen how aggressive Sean Malquisto is, or that drive, splitting 4 defenders, make it 5, if I'm not mistaken. Getting into the cup for 2.
Speaking of 5, it's a 5-point lead para dito sa one-ball. 13-8. Now on the run. Let's see if the guys in red can take advantage. Tough shot, tough finish para dito kay Nathan Polanco.
What a good use of that Pinoy step to split the defenders, putting it off the glass for 2. And don't look now, this is just a 3-point lead, Baron.
Gamis for 3, that is off to the left. Another shot for JBA to make a run. Masyado namang malayo. Though a good read, no? Usually ganun talaga MJ kapag meron kang kakamping tumatakbo, forward pass talaga.
Yes.
Para hahabulin na lang, yun nga lang. Masyado malakas yung pasa.
Yeah, that time the pass was miscalculated, but the intention was good. 3 versus 2 situation, so they should take advantage of that.
That pass will go to the corner. Bitin yung 3-pointer attempt. Balik ang bola sa JBA. So after a slow start, 11-4, 10-13 tayo dito, no? This is a 6-2 run currently by JBA. Final 30 seconds to go. Tignan natin kung maitatabla nila or they will inch closer. Power dribble, patient offense again. Dropping in for Marcos Esguerra.
On the flip side, one-ball off to a strong start but slowed down towards the end of the first. Meanwhile, itong JBA Elite, yes, they started very slow, but they are picking up the pace right now.
Parang diesel
Oo,
ang
papainit
datingan
muna, no?
dito ng JBA, papainit muna sila. Pero tignan natin, this is only chapter 1 of 4.
Yes.
Let's see if OneBall can finish this quarter off, or will JBA make one last stop. Here's Prince Talastas. Shoots that 3, too strong, and we will end our opening quarter. JBA only down by 1, MJ. Pero momentum is clearly on their side. Tulad nga ng sabi natin, they are diesel-like dito sa ating first quarter.
JBA Elite got, speaking to OneBall GUIMBA, they got good looks and they had high percentage in terms of their field goal. But JBA Elite came in to answer and created their own surge as they are only down by a point here, 13-12, Baron.
Close first quarter, Team OneBall GUIMBA, JBA Elite separated by 1 at the end of first.
We are now in our last battle of the day. Team WANBOL GUIMBA versus JBA Elite. Charles Estabilio from Team WANBOL GUIMBA, a previous player of the game from their previous game against Boss League Baraan, says that today their eagerness to win is on top and they want to show it in today's game. Nasabi nga ni Charles na netong mga nakaraang araw daw ay tuloy-tuloy ang practice ng Team OneBall GUIMBA. Napag-aralan na din nga daw nila kung paano ang galaw ng JBA Elite, kaya mas confident na daw sila sa magiging laro nila ngayong araw. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Lorraine, for that wonderful report.
Bombo.
Bombo
Lorraine.
again, Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista, covering the last game of 8. Understandably so, last game na naman natin dito. Si Lorraine medyo nakaramdam na pagod, but nonetheless, we have a good basketball action in our hands. Dito sa Milku Sports Got Skills 2026. At tama yung sinabi ni Lorraine for Charles Estabilio. This OneBall GUIMBA squad never stops practicing. Kahit dun sa other league na kinover ko, pag kinakausap ko sila, puro practice talaga yung pinag-uusapan namin dito. As you see this basket again, dropping in. Marcos Esguerra, nagiging problema na para dito sa kampo ng JBA Elite.
Yeah, it's just a matter of repetition. You've mentioned, Baron, about practices, especially getting those additional workouts for yourself. So that is the premium of having those practices. Not to mention yung binanggit nga din kanina ni Lorraine Martinez, yung video reviews to map out the strategy against this JBA Elite squad.
Yan, yung mga move na yan ni Prince Talastas, dadamay din niya sa review, no, sa video review, at hindi lang yan, baka pang my day pa yung move na yan ni Prince Talastas. And that is the beauty of joining leagues like Milku, kasi magkakaroon kayo ngayon ng pagkakataon to rewatch the game and reassess yung mga nangyaring maganda, yung mga kailangan yung improve, not only for OneBall but also for JBA Elite at sa lahat ng mga teams na sumali, nakasali at sasali pa dito sa Milku Sports. No, maririnig nyo yung mga boses nila MJ, nila Rowie, Coach Pancho, Justin Almeda, yours truly, no, na nagbibigay ng highlights on every action. And again, ito yung advantage ngayon as you see this tough end one opportunity by Paulo Labrador.
Bakit pa kayo manonood ng live kung pwede na kayong pumunta rito in person sa Green Hills West?
Tama yan.
Para makita nyo kung gaano kagandang lalaki yung aming floor director na si Kuya Philip.
Iyon.
Dali. But you mentioned, kidding aside, no, Baron, you mentioned Prince Talastas. I would say there's a triple-headed dragon here na binubuo itong Team OneBall GUIMBA. Why did I say triple-headed dragon? Prince Talastas contributed 10 points together with Zamir Gamis with 16 and JK Bernabe with 15.
Tapos hindi pa nga natin napag-uusapan ulit itong si Charles Estabilio na hindi pa nakakapunto so far. Malquisto, that 3-pointer is pure. Swak na swak, matching his jersey number 5 for Malquisto.
Answering the call is Sean Malquisto. More importantly, grabbing the lead here, 20-19 for JBA Elite
Oo
Baron.
nga, kanila na ang kalamangan. He will take the ball away. Here's Sean Malquisto. Another basket drops.
Grabe naman ginawa doon ni Sean Malquisto. Tinignan pa yung kanyang defender trailing behind him after that two-pointer off the glass.
7 points para dito kay Malquisto. 22-19. One ball ngayon na naghahabol. A corner shot from deep. That is off to the left. Bola babalik dito sa JBA. Sila ang didiskarte ngayon after that basket by Paulo Labrador that ignited the run para dito sa JBA. Now a 3-point advantage. Malquisto is now starting to wax hot. Nice pass. Good read para dito kay Marcos Esguerra.
That was a nice cut para dito kay Esguerra. He was left wide open after that drive on the baseline. And just speaking of, no, itong bench points ng JBA Elite, they only had 13 points from their previous outing. But right now, it's a different story dahil merong nag-step up dito alongside Sean Malquisto.
And that is not what you want to see if you are one ball na, oo, si Sean Malquisto, it's a given already that he will perform. Pero yung makikita mo, yung mga ibang players, tulad nila Labrador, tulad nila Esguerra, yes, nakakakuha ng momentum. Kumbaga sa butas, nadadagdagan sila eh.
Oh.
So mas nahihirapan ka ngayon hanapan ng solusyon paano mo tatakpan yung butas kapag dumadami yung pinagkukunan ng puntos dito para sa JBA Elite. And speaking of which, they will send it in the corner. That is off to the left. One ball on the other side. For me, no, sabi mo merong three-headed monster.
Yes.
Itong one ball for me. The X factor is Ino Garcia. Kanina siya nagsimula ng napakagandang start for one ball, and if he dictates the pace and the tempo for this one ball squad, they will be hard to stop. And speaking of which, nakakuha ng opportunity doon itong si Prince Lupig. 4 minutes 50 to go. A fast second quarter we're having here dito sa ating final semifinals game. What a show by Sean Malquisto. He has 10 already, I believe 8 dito sa ating second quarter.
El Capitan doing the captain things to carry the load for JBA Elite.
Looking to answer that 3. Won't go para dito sa one ball. Nanganganib sila dito, JBA. They will have momentum. Malquisto. Parang nakakakita tayo ng isa pang wild performance. Malquisto didiskarte. Shoots another bomb. That is off the mark. Was ready to explode there if he made that a hit check para dito kay Sean Malquisto. 27-23. Final 3:55 remaining. Nice no-look pass inside, creating that space. Masyadong malakas yung tira. Another opportunity. It's taken by James Baon. Balik dito kay Malquisto. Starting to wax hot. Let's see if paano pipigilan ng one ball itong opensiba ng JBA. Labrador sends it out. Can they swing it back to Malquisto? He's open in the middle. Decides not to pass. Shot won't fall. Offensive rebound through contact. No good. Labrador with 10 seconds to go. Balik kay Malquisto. Here's Sean breaking the defense. Floater won't drop. And bola babalik dito sa one ball. And now off to the races. Teka lang muna daw. Pero with that spin, Prince Talastas with a lot of moves resulting for 2.
Prince Talastas getting creative at that time after that crossover, a quick spin cycle before putting the ball off the glass for the 2.
Prince Talastas is a walking highlight para dito sa one ball, and he is a walking highlight talaga and a streaky scorer para dito sa one ball. If he gets hot, he is hard to stop, kaya magandang magiging matchup dito. Talastas versus Malquisto. Yan ang magbabanggaan dito with 2:35 to go. 2-point lead para sa JBA. Tignan natin sino makakakuha ng kalamangan. Talastas for 3. What did I tell you, MJ?
It's Talastas versus Malquisto. And more importantly, balik na rito sa WANBOL GUIMBA ang kalamangan, Baron.
Look at this. Open 3 in rhythm No problem for Prince Talastas, a streaky scorer indeed. Another look of the 3-point bomb. Tulad ng sabi ni MJ, balik ang kalamangan sa one ball, 28-27. Club or school-based tournament, 4 teams per division, under 8 to 11. Ito na yung mga young ballers natin. Last 2 slots for under 8, last 1 for under 9, pero yung 10 at 11, close na, MJ.
Yes, ganun kabilis ang magkaubusan ng slot dito sa Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball, headed by, of course, none other than Coach Allen Ricardo, powered by Smart 5G.
So, dami nating outlets na kung saan tayo mapapanood. Meron tayong YouTube channel, meron tayong Facebook pages, at of course, Pilipinas Live app. Grabe naman, naririnig na yung boses natin sa Pilipinas Live. Napaka laking karangalan yun para sa atin to cover. And speaking of which, no, a big stop para dito sa one ball. Talastas has 5 quick points. Here's Ino Garcia has back in the game. Bernabe, nice fake, will go for that drive, and what a finish para kay Jamir Gami. So 2/3 of the 3-headed monster umi-score na para dito sa one ball.
That's right. And I like what Gamis did there. Took a fake. Tignan niya kung ano yung reaction ng depensa against him. But what I love the most is yung hugging the ball towards the drive to the basket.
Ayun, mas mahirap para naman dito sa kampo ng JBA Elite as Nathan Polanco. Sneaky yung kanyang performance dito, nakaka 4 points na siya at least dito sa ating second quarter with a minute 15 remaining. The distansya for that 3, that is off the mark, a chance to run, breaking free, all alone, 4-2.
Good fast break that time being executed by JBA Elite. Kita mo naman, 3 red shirts were on the other side of the court already for that offense.
Matibag scores his first 2 points of the game. Gamis this time for 3 and he knocks it down.
Jamir Gami starting to heat up towards the end of the second quarter. Let's see if he can bring something in on the second half, Byron.
JBA Elite, susubukan nila nga sumagot dito. And tatawagan ng foul itong si Ino Garcia. So, timely baskets para dito sa one ball. Talastas, tsaka itong si Gamis as we see this 3-pointer by Jamir Gamis. No problem, giving them this 2-point lead back, final 30 seconds. Another move, another shot that will fall. That's 6 points para kay Polanco. Tulad ng sabi ko sa MJ, sneaky itong si Polanco.
We are tied at 33 all, Baron, in the last 13 seconds of this first half.
Nakasingit pa ng end one. Itong one ball, lupig. Speaking of sneaky, ito rin.
Oo, yun
unti-unti
nga,
na nga
sneaky
mga
ba?
nakakakuha ng puntos pa unti-unti. Puro tayo Malquisto, puro tayo si Talastas, si Gamis. Pero ito,
Sama niyo naman yung Prince Lupig.
Oo, Lupig, Polanco on the other side. It's nice to see yung mga players nag-iinit na sila dito. Follow-up won't work. Para dito kay Gamis, final 5 to go. Tingnan natin if JBA Elite can take the lead with this big shot or looking for the tie though. That shot is in!
Polanco!
8 points para dito kay Nathan Polanco. Just like that, tabla tayo at 35, MJ.
Again, same thing, no? Getting sneaky. 2 taller defenders in front of Polanco, but somehow, somewhere, he was able to pull it up and in.
What a performance by these two teams. We are knotted at 35. MJ,
Let's
a
check it out.
match-up between itong si Malquisto and Talastas. Biglang nagpakita yung ibang mga pyesa for these two teams.
Absolutely right. As we check on that second quarter highlights, we are back to square one. What a ball game that we have witnessed so far. I thought that the Eagles and the Titans Elite Basketball Camp was #1 on the list, but I think JBA Elite and Team WANBOL GUIMBA is making a case for themselves.
Noted at 35, we are at halftime dito sa Milko Sports Got Skills 2026. All dito sa ating final quarterfinals game, and we would like to remind you again, under 11 to under 18 club or school-based tournament. Meron pang 2 slots for under 11, meron pang 1 slot para sa under 14. The rest close na po, kaya sali na dito sa Milko Sports Got Skills. Marami tayong matutunghayan dito nga action, still live here for the second half inside Green Hills West Clubhouse in San Juan. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista, Rain Martinez, your trio for today. MJ, you're now looking at the stats. What can you share so far? Tabla tayo at 35, pero one ball makakakuha ng unang punto sa third quarter.
Yeah, looking at the stats here, Baron, the data are very similar from one another. From the field goal percentages here, for Team WANBOL, they have 39%, shooting 16 out of 41 total field goals. Meanwhile, for JBA Elite, they have an upper hand for, let's say, around 6 to 7% here, 45.7% for their field goal percentage, shooting 16 out of 35 rather. But one thing that I would like to highlight, ang bumuhay rito sa JBA Elite is their bench scoring. Bench points difference, 21 against only 4 of Team WANBOL GUIMBA.
10 out of those 23 already para dito sa JBA Elite. Galing dito kay Nathan Polanco, pero itong si Prince Talastas has entered the scoring column in the second half. Scoring his 3-pointer, 14 points para kay Talastas. Malquisto looking to answer. Or I should say that was Ramirez looking to answer, pero sa one ball mapupunta ang possession dito, a 3-point advantage. Ino Garcia had that wonderful start in the first quarter, really set the tone. Talastas will give it to Gamis, will be called for traveling.
That time he lost his footing there because there are 2 red shirts in front of him. He was somehow intimidated of that defense in front of him.
Coach Jojo de Guzman para dito sa Team WANBOL. Para naman dito sa JBA, Coach Kelvin Gregorio. 40 to 37 is the score. A 3-point bomb hits the right side of the board. Yung attempt ni Marcos Esguera has 6 points, wala pang mintis. Pero napakagandang performance. Isa siya sa mga talagang bumuhay sa kanilang team. And look at that move. What did I tell you? Prince Talastas is a walking highlight.
And getting back to the narrative that you mentioned, Baron, earlier, captain versus captain, Prince Talastas versus Sean Malquisto. Prince Talastas is leading the way here for Team WANBOL GUIMBA with how many?
16.
16 points across his name.
And Ino Garcia will complete that one. Plus the basket and the foul. Si Kuya Philip na nag-flex para dito kay Ino. And the lead now is starting to balloon for WANBOL. I wish we could see that replay by Prince Talastas, pero that was also a tough basket para dito kay Ino Garcia. He has 6 points already. If he shoots this one, he has 7. As you see on the screen here, again, Coach Jojo De Guzman, Coach JM Gatchalian, and Coach Dave Maghirang leading the way here for WANBOL and the coaching staff. 45-37 is the score. A 10-2 run, MJ, to start the third quarter.
And that is massive. Remember, I mentioned Team WANBOL Guimba only had 4 bench points, but right now they are getting the support that they need just in the nick of time at the start of the third quarter, and this is getting really big now for Team WANBOL Guimba.
Extra pass by Prince Talastas. Masyado nang matagal yung big man nila dun sa loob. Could have at least taken the shot dahil natawagan na ng 3-second call. But a rare blunder para dito kay Prince Talastas. Last game had 10 points. Now meron ng 16. And I have witnessed itong si Prince Talastas catch fire. So I know what to expect. Pero grabe na mga sagot yun. Nakabalik ng 3-pointer. Itong JBA Elite.
And that's the first field goal of James Baon for this game. A big one coming from him.
Missing on that attempt itong WANBOL. Pagkakataon na naman para sa JBA. Again, a 10-2 run. Looking to make more. Baon with a fake. Tatawagan ng traveling. Minsan pag mga ganun, na-excite ka kasi napatalon mo na yung kalaban eh, no? Hindi mo na napansin yung steps mo. But again, need to be careful na kailangan dumribble ka muna bago ka umapa.
That's right, Baron. And especially if you are a streaky shooter, I would prefer for Baon, yeah, to take that shot. Why not? He made a 3-pointer right before that.
Extra pass though. Bernabe will take his time and shoot that 3.
JK Bernabe extending his range. Kanina, pumukol yan at kumamada ng ilang puntos on the inside. And right now, pulling away a 3 there.
Bernabe has at least 6 points already. First 3-pointer for him. Again, a stretch big. Extra pass. Masyado lang malakas. Para kaya Prince Talastas. Rain. Akala ko meron ng report. Sabi ni Kuya Philip. Teka lang. Let's wait for them. So, ito rin sinasabi ko kanina. We are live sa YouTube, sa Facebook, and of course, Pilipinas Live app. Maraming salamat kung saan man kayo nanonood dyan sa tatlo. Mas matindi kung pati lahat yan pinanunood nila.
Oo, sabay-sabay.
Oo.
You have a phone, a laptop, and a tablet.
Yan.
Yan.
And again, maraming salamat. Meron pa tayong mga basketball action na panonoorin dito sa Milku. Open 3 to shoot. That is in. Getting that one to go itong si Mortera. So nag-i-introduce na naman ng mga panibagong pangalan itong JBA, and it goes to show yung kabaliktaran na nangyari sa kanilang previous game. 2 players lang ang talagang kumamada sa kanila, but now we have seen a lot of players, and to your point, MJ, yung bench points nila. Nice pass, Malquisto through contact.
And that is the beauty of having additional support from the bench. They're getting attraction on the defense, and that led the way to an open Sean Malquisto.
3 minutes 45. Let's see how will WANBOL respond. Bernabe, tatawagan ng traveling yan. Nauna yung bagsak bago yung tira ni JK Bernabe. And ito, sigurado na. Meron kwento sa atin si Lorraine. Go ahead.
Sean Malquisto, the 16-year-old player and a team captain of JBA Elite, is now heating up and doing a captain thing for the second half of the game. Nasabi nga ni siyang kanina na masaya nga raw ang JBA Elite, pero may onting pressure nga raw ito sa kanila ngayong araw. Nasabi nga rin siya na after playing the first half of the game today, ay mas nakita niya ang mga need na adjustment at mas paghandaan pa ang second half ng laro. Dagdag pa ni Sean, opensa nga raw ang gusto niyang i-adjust at ipakita sa second half ng larong ito. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Rain. At yun nga, no, on point no, for Sean Malquisto. Talagang kailangan marami silang gawin dito, pero grabe naman, nakatira na naman ng 3-pointer. Mortera, that's 2 3-point bombs for him. Aside from Malquisto, ayan nga, ito na ang takot ng one ball ngayon kung sino-sino na ang pumupuntos para dito sa JBA Elite, which makes them harder to stop.
Remember, yung bench points itong JBA Elite from their previous game is only 13 points.
Yes.
But they doubled the number for this game already. And that is one of the key aspects for JBA Elite, I think, on my perspective, on how they will win this game tonight.
Talastas misfires for that 3. Makukuha ni Gamis. Another shot. Here's JK Bernabe. One step, extra pass. Gamis waits for the fake and that shot goes in.
Napakaganda ng setup doon ni JK Bernabe. I thought that's gonna be another 3-second violation, but just in the right time, he hands it off to his teammate off the glass for the 2-pointer.
Give additional point doon kay Gamis for some presence of mind na itira agad, nagawan agad ng paraan yun, as on the other side, Mortera couldn't get his third straight 3-point bomb to go. As we are into the last 2 minutes dito sa ating third quarter, napakabilis na aksyon dito sa ating third period. Bernabe from the corner, that is off. Rebound secured by Mortera. He has been a spark off the bench. Here's Raikkonen. Will wait for his teammates. Balik kay Malquisto. Sean for 3. There you go!
Sean Malquisto at the helm of the offensive chores here for JBA Elite. Gaya nga nasabi ni Rain Martinez kanina, yun yung kanyang magiging adjustment. On the second half, he will be more aggressive to the cup, and that's what we're seeing right now. Byron.
Captain mode on para dito kay Sean Malquisto, looking to pay them back. Itong si Ino Garcia, nice drop pass. Gamis again will complete that end one opportunity. Anong sabi ko, pag meron ng nakatalon, pag tumangat ka, laging foul yan. As you look, this feed by Ino, that fake by Gamis, and that soft touch to finish.
And I like what Jamir Gamis did there. He's just waiting for the right time for 2 consecutive plays. Itong team WANBOL GUIMBA, he was the lucky recipient of those passes.
Bawi yung 3-pointer ni Sean Malquisto. So ngayon, nagkakaroon na ng ibang kalaban. Itong si Sean Malquisto on the side of WANBOL. Kanina sila ni Talastas ang nagpapalitan ng puntos. Pero ngayon, si Gamis nagsisimula ng maging problema on the side of JBA. Ino Garcia couldn't get that shot to go, but that follow-up. First 2 points for Charles Estabilio.
Good presence of mind. Ito yung hinahanap natin kanina, no? Si Estabilio. Si Charles, who got major minutes from the previous game. Although, no, kakakuha pa lang niya ng first 2 points, it's not too late for him and for his
Erase
squad.
that time na abangan ni JK Bernabe yung atake ni Malquisto. Sabi ni JK, I'm not kidding with that block. 4-point advantage para dito sa WANBOL. 40.8 seconds to go. Open 3, Mortera. Too short. Recovered by Sean. Malquisto di diskarte. Extra pass. Mortera with a fake. 3 traveling ba or 3 second? It is a traveling call.
Violation.
Thought it was a 3-second call on the initial, pero bola pa rin dito ng WANBOL. What I witnessed so far, MJ, for both teams, we have seen a shootout. But WANBOL having the last laugh as JK Bernabe will use that length to his advantage.
That is the game of basketball, Baron. Kagaya nga nung binanggit ni Coach Pancho the last time, basketball is a game of runs. And right now, WANBOL GUIMBA is winning it. They're up by 6 points. That is because of their rally.
22 points already para dito sa WANBOL GUIMBA to only 16 or 15 I should say para dito sa JBA in a quarter wherein sobrang dikit lahat ng binabato ng magkaparehong team pumapasok, having that 10-0 run at the start. Yun ang naging advantage ng WANBOL GUIMBA.
As we check on that third quarter highlights, we started the first half, we are tied at 35, but right now the score is 57-51, and that is because Team WANBOL GUIMBA were able to string some points together. On the other hand, JB Elite firing blanks towards the last part of the third quarter, so that's something that they needed to adjust on.
57-51, Team WANBOL having this 6-point advantage as we head into the fourth. South Prospects naman tayo, club or school-based tournament, no, under 11 to 18. Yan ang ating susunod na makikita dito from Sukat Paranaque naman ang magiging venue niyan. So marami tayong aabangan for Milko. Talagang tuloy-tuloy ang ating tournaments dito. And speaking of tuloy-tuloy, Sean Malquisto continues to put the ball in the hoop. Kakasimula pa lang natin dito, 10 seconds in. Siya agad ang makakakuha ng 3-point play opportunity.
As the captain of JBA Elite, he needs to initiate to be more aggressive. And that way makita, no, he sets a good example towards his teammates on how he is very eager and hungry to win this quarterfinal round.
Bernabe, who had a wonderful third, now goes for that one-hander. Offensive rebound, makakakuha ng opportunity. Is that Estabilio who's down there after that rebound? Yeah, that's Charles Estabilio looking in. Itong sila coach Jojo de Guzman. And only 2 points pa lamang itong si Charles Estabilio. Had that awkward landing. Kita mo naman kasi yung taas nung lundag nito ni Charles Estabilio that time. Didn't know, didn't see if he stepped on another player's foot. If that's the case, sakit nun. Kasi taas ng talon eh.
Oh, it's looking like a sprained left ankle dahil hinigpitan yung sintas doon sa left shoes nito ni Estabilio. But maybe we can hear more from Rain Martinez. Let's see.
Pero mukhang yun nga ang case. Look at them lifting or helping itong si Estabilio. If you cannot put a weight on either of your ankle, that is a good sign na na-sprain mo yan. At yun nga, sa taas ng talon ni Estabilio, hindi niya na nakita kung meron bang paa dun sa ilalim. Again, hindi naman intentional yun, but it's really a hard thing to see. Sana maka-recover agad itong si Charles Estabilio, pero itong si Prince Talastas will continue his scoring output, especially if this one-ball squad emerges in this game. Next week agad ang laro nito, kailangan makagumaling agad itong si Estabilio because he's one of their more important players.
That's right. Sasabihin ko nga sana, sayang itong nilalaro ni Charles Estabilio because he's picking up, no? He scored some points earlier just right before he got that injury.
4-point lead though para dito sa one ball, 58-54. As we are now in the fourth quarter, sa dami na nangyari, ngayon ko palang nasabi na fourth quarter na tayo dito sa Milko Sports Got Skills. Live tayo dito sa loob ng Green Hills West Clubhouse Basketball Gym. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista, Rain Martinez. Ang ating courtside reporter, Prince Lupig. Ilang puntos din. Kumbaga pasundot-sundot. Itong si Lupig on that first half, though missing on the first free throw. At yung mga ganyan, yun yung mga, I think for one ball, these are the kind of points na kakailanganin nila. Yung mga hindi ina-anticipate ng JBM para at least mahuli sila dun sa kanilang patibong na sineset up dito.
That's right.
Getting that possession back, itong si Gamis. Babalik dito kay Lupig. Trapped against two defenders. Ball will be on the side of JBA Elite as we go back dun sa ating third quarter action. We ended the first half 35 all.
Yes.
We ended the third quarter 22-15. So that is a 7-point advantage. Kaya nakakuha ng magandang momentum itong one ball. But to your point, as that pass and shot wasn't able to connect. Good defense by Jamir Gamis. That was a beautiful stop. Talagang dinaan na lang sa sipag yun ni Gamis.
That was a rare miscommunication at a time from JBA Elite coming from Nathan Bakiran, I think, and that's Gabriel Salen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Lost opportunity there for JBA Elite.
Ino Garcia. Skying high for that two. And what did I tell you about Ino? He can be that player that can change the tone for this one-ball squad. Sean Malquisto will misfire for 3. Makukuha ni Gamis ang rebound. Now on the run here, 7:55. Nakakuha ng buwelo, Prince Talastas. Highlight factory for one ball.
And if you are JBA Elite, you need to put someone in front of Prince Talastas. Kita mo naman yung elevation and athleticism nitong batang ito. Definitely, he will punish you on the middle.
Air Guimba taking flight. No problem whatsoever para dito ay Prince Talastas. Timeout is called. 8-point lead para dito sa WANBOL GUIMBA. Eight-point lead after that basket by Prince Talastas. Coach Kelvin Gregorio calls for a breather. Their team is down by 8. Parang ang nangyari dito, MJ, kung sino nga unang magmintis yun ang matatalo as that corner 3 won't drop. Ino Garcia will control the pace on that previous game nitong WANBOL GUIMBA. Itong si Ino played off the bench and it's nice to see him play on the starting role here dahil nakita ko kung gaano ka importante ang isang Ino Garcia, but mas importante for JBA yung puntos na yun ni Sean Malquisto.
Yeah, and the offensive threat of this JBA Elite always starts from Sean Malquisto. And still, he is on the roll right now on this second half. Pero, Baron, kailangan niya ng mga makakatulong dito, especially on the last 7 minutes of the fourth quarter.
6-point lead, 62-56 ang ating score. Will swing it. Here's Ino once again. Garcia breaks free. Di makakakuha ng puntos. Final 6 minutes 50. A chance to make something happen. Itong si Malquisto. Pass was too tight. Defended by 2. Make it 3 white shirt players. I believe itong si Reyes wala ata dito, no?
That's
for Ramos, I should say,
yeah,
para
yeah,
dito sa
Ezra
JBA.
Ramos.
Oo. Could have been a big help para dito sa JBA. 6-point advantage. He finished with 17 on that last game. And that tough basket goes in. Mas nakakapagod dyan, MJ. Yung mga ganda na ng depensa mo, tough basket, pumapasok pa sa inyong kalaban. 8-point lead ang hinaharap nila ngayon.
That's right, Baron. And speaking of Ezra Ramos, he contributed 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 steals, and a block. So, ganun kalaki yung nawala sa contribution dito for the JBA Elite Squad.
And they are down by 8. So, kahit kalahati lang doon yung mai-score ni Ramos dito, mas dikit to.
Yes.
Dito sa ating laro. Though, this game has been close, no, MJ? Don't get me wrong. All throughout the game. But in the third quarter and now in the fourth, medyo gumagawa na ng espasyo. As a Labrador, the one who ignited that second quarter run, scores again for the first time this second half.
Yes, Baron. And I think this is the closest game that we have covered so far
Yan.
today.
Ito na naman tayo. Pag nasasabi natin yan, merong nangyayaring, alam mo na, pumapabor dun sa mas lamang. But yeah, technically this is the closest game we have had. No, from the first quarter to the second to the third and now to the fourth, only a 2-possession ball game. So with 5:30 approaching the halfway point, let's see if JBA Elite makadikit pa dito because the winner will be the final team of the puzzle sa ating Final Four, sa ating semifinals. The winner will face a very, very tough SGA squad. Whether it's WANBOL GUIMBA or JBA Elite, alam kong maabibigyan nila na magandang laban ng SGA.
Definitely for JBA Elite, turnovers are not helping them so far. Isama mo pa yung, they're getting good looks, decent opportunities to score, but the shots are not falling in for JBA Elite.
Talastas that time, masyadong malakas ang tira na medyo may konting excitement din no, MJ, kapag nakuha mo yung bola tas libre ka.
Oh.
Parang iniisip mo nang papasok yun nga lang for Talastas, medyo napalakas yung kanyang attempt right there. But a 6-point advantage, that's something that they can work around with 8 seconds to go. Tignan natin kung matitake advantage nila ito. Ino Garcia from the corner. That is in and out. Ball will go back to JBA Elite. Sean Malquisto looking to take over once again. Mortera has 2 3-pointers in that third. Balik dito kay Malquisto with 10 seconds to go. Ball is swung. Here is Mortera for 3. That is off to the right. Almost a steal. Makukuha ng one ball dito. A big shot right here can help their cause. Talking about WANBOL GUIMBA. Bernabe, tatawagan ng traveling. So the door is still open for JBA.
Definitely, this is still 4 minutes and 17 seconds before we end this game. Definitely a lot of time left, and it's up to JBA Elite. I kept on emphasizing, no, they are misfiring this fourth quarter. So it's a matter of how they will put the win in terms of JBA Elite, putting the matter on their own hands to convert those shots.
Ino Garcia directing a traffic dito. They will swing it on the right wing. Goes for the drive. Prince Talastas. The show will almost continue. Naka-ready na yung linya ko doon. Namintis lang ni Prince. Pero alam ko, babawi yan. On the other side, Sean Malquisto misfiring as well. So both of the captains dito sa kanilang mga koponan missing their shots, but WANBOL still having this big of a lead. Garcia will control the ball here with 10 seconds to go. Here's Ino. Decides in midair kung anong kanyang gagawin. Nice stop by Talastas. Here's Prince. Extra pass. Extra pass to Lupig. Or I should say to Gamis. Will go to the line itong si Jamir Gamis.
Again, Jamir Gamis is what I mentioned a while ago. Just on the right place, and he is the receiver of those drop passes.
No, kanina pa yan eh, no?
Oh, I think pangatlo niya na. At
Pangatlo,
least,
pang-apat
si
na
Jamir Gamis.
ni Jamir Gamis. Will not shoot that free throw. Bernabe. Masyadong malakas. Another shot. Another opportunity. No problem. At ito na. From a 2-possession ball game to a 3-possession ball game. Final 3 minutes tayo dito. MJ. One ball. 6-7. 5-8 ang ating score dito.
And not a good sign for JBA Elite as there is another problem on the rise. Second chance opportunity for WANBOL GUIMBA is starting to pile up.
Oo.
That's gonna pose a huge problem for JBA Elite.
At itong sila Esguera, medyo na nahimik na from the inside na talagang kinailangan nila on the move. The show goes on para dito kay Prince Talastas.
Kapitan kontra Kapitan. And right now what we're seeing, Prince Talastas is winning this battle.
Parang gumana ata yung pag-challenge ko ay Prince kanina before the game. Sabi ko, Prince, medyo pangit yung laro mo last time. Mabawi ka ngayon. Sabi niya, opo, babawi po ako. Napakagandang bawi naman yan, Prince Talastas. Napatingin pa sa atin dito as we are nearing the last 2 minutes. What a move! J.K. Bernabe, that's no laughing matter. 2 minutes remaining. 13-point advantage.
Just in the right time for WANBOL GUIMBA, specifically itong si Talastas and si Bernabe to be more aggressive towards the cup.
Yun, too much aggressiveness yun. Dalawa na silang nag-agawan. For that rebound, a 13-point advantage. A minute 35 looking for the kill na itong WANBOL GUIMBA. They will, one shot will send them to the semis. And as I covered this team, no, MJ, in one of the leagues, they have made it as far as the semifinals. And now they will look to do the same dito sa Milku. But for JBA Elite, tignan natin, no? Will have some action going here. Esguera will miss that attempt and approaching the final minute dito sa ating fourth and final quarter. Prince Talastas talagang nagpakita sa atin dito why he is one of the main gunners for WANBOL. Here's Prince for the kill. That is too strong. Final 48 to go. Malquisto will not make that pass. 13 seconds, 44.7. Nag-usap tayo kanina, parehas tayo ng irang kinalakihan. 13 points in 33 seconds is still there. But they need to make those threes and that's a good start.
This is just a 10-point lead with 40.8 seconds to go, Baron. Very doable.
Oh, they need to just make a stop here. Talking about the guys in red. Talastas will give it to Bernabe. Napangiti si Prince Talastas dito. Para bang sinasabi na talagang nakabawi na nga ako, sir. And that three drops by Bernabe, all smiles. Itong si Bernabe, Talastas. What more can we say? WANBOL is on to the semifinals once again. This time, sa Milko Sports Got Skills.
That is a dagger 3 from JK Bernabe. And the bottom line of the story here, Sean Malquisto is still having or not having the support that he needs from the bench. Meanwhile, for Team WANBOL GUIMBA, who stepped up, we have Bernabe, Gamis, we have Ino Garcia, we have Prince Lupig. There has been a lot of support from the bench for Team WANBOL GUIMBA. What was the result? They're punching their ticket, the last ticket to the semi-final round, Baron.
We are going to have so much fun covering the semifinals. Pahigpit na ng pahigpit. Paganda na ng paganda ang ating semifinals as Team WANBOL GUIMBA wins it 74-63. I cannot forget the sight nung paglingon sa atin ni Prince Talastas habang nandun yung bola on the right side kay JK Bernabe. No, parang habang sinasabing, ito na naman tayo, kuya. What a win by WANBOL GUIMBA. And for JBA Elite, they will be playing in the classification round. I know this is not the result that they want, pero marami pa silang matututunan dito and they will get all the experience they can, I should say, in their last 2 weeks dito sa Milko Sports Under-16 division.
But still, hats off to the entire squad of JBA Elite and para dito sa tropa ni Coach Kelvin Gregorio. They put up a really good fight until the end of the third quarter. But unfortunately, Team WANBOL GUIMBA pulled away on the fourth as we are seeing the 2026 Talent ID Series. It's going to be the first season from April to May. We have 2 slots left for 11 under and 1 slot left for 14 under. Slot reservation, check out the Viber number 0917-894-3943.
If hindi pa kayo convinced na sumali sa Milko, nakita nyo naman yung ating 8-game schedule for today. Kahit sa classification to the semifinals, napakarami nating makukuhang action dito. MJ, our semifinals cast is now complete. Excited na akong makita kung sino ang mag-emerge in that finals. Grabe. Sprint Impact versus dito sa Titans. Then SGA taking on dito sa WANBOL GUIMBA.
And that's exactly right. Things are getting excited, especially on the crucial stretch of this tournament. We have 2 weeks to go. Semifinals and the finals, but all eyes are on Sprint Impact Ballers. They are the giant slayer. They're having the Cinderella run right now. And on the other side, we still have Titans Elite Basketball Camp, still undefeated throughout this tournament. And they are still on the run for the championship title.
And waiting to interview our best player of the game and the winning coach ay itong si Rain Martinez.
And finally, we finished our last battle of the day. Team WANBOL GUIMBA versus JBA Elite with a final score of 74-63 in favor of Team WANBOL GUIMBA. And we have here our best player of the game, Prince Talastas, with an amazing 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Prince, congratulations on this win. Prince, it wasn't an easy game for the Team WANBOL GUIMBA, but still, you got the lead in a few minutes of the fourth quarter. Prince, how did you elevate your game that led the team to the win of this game?
Sinunod lang po namin yung sinabi nung coach namin na unahin ng depensa bago ang opensa. Kasi po yung opensa naman po napupulot na lang naman po yan. Tsaka inuna po namin yung magtrabaho ng as a team.
Thank you, Prince. Is there anyone you like to greet to the fans or to your teammate who cheered on you today, Prince?
Unang-una po, salamat po kay Consi Oyo Lumang. shoutout po rin po sa family ko dyan. Sa mama ko po si Maripe Talastas, tas si papa ko po si Jaglet Talastas. And shoutout na rin po dyan sa mga kamag-anak ko dyan. Tas shoutout po sa nakasuporta sa Team WANBOL GUIMBA at shoutout na rin po kay Shane Ashley.
Thank you, Prince. We also have here one of the coaches of Team WANBOL GUIMBA, Coach Argel. Of course, Coach, congratulations on this win. Coach, what can you expect to Team WANBOL now that you are moving forward near to the championship?
So ngayon po, expect nyo lang po na mas sisipagan, mas gagalingan pa po ng Team WANBOL. Mas gagalingan pa po nila kasi alam naman po namin sa liga po na ito na talagang habang tumatagal, pahigpit ng pahigpit yung laban, pagaling at pagagaling at paglakas ng palakas yung mga kalaban po namin. So talagang kailangan po rin po namin maghanda.
Thank you, Coach. Is there anyone you like to greet to the fans of Team WANBOL GUIMBA that supported the play today?
Okay po. Unang-una po, pinapasalamatan po namin si Lord dahil maligtas at maayos po kami nakarating dito. Pinapasalamatan po namin yung walang sawang sumusuporta po sa Team WANBOL GUIMBA. Unang-una po ang aming Mayor, Joselito Galapon. Sunod po yung aming coach na si Coach Greg Fort Lumang. Pinapasalamatan ko rin po yung aming mga coaching staff, yung aming head coach, si Sir De Guzman, Gatchelian, Maghirang, at sa lahat po ng sumusuporta sa Team WANBOL GUIMBA, sa lahat po ng sumusuportang mga taga Guimba, Nueva Ecija.
Thank you, Coach. Again, congratulations on this win. Again, this is Rain Martinez, and thank you for being with me in the courtside. Then you are still tuned in here at Milko Sports, God Skills Talent ID 16 Under. See you on the next one.